What's up, guys? I am the Wrestlegamer. Welcome back to Let's Play Time Tenshi 2 Special Edition right here on the arcade. On the last episode, Kyo decided to take the electromagnetic bombs that we were supposed to use to take out the future time window, and she made them disappear into the time vortex. And now Tessa and Kyo are having a big-time argument over it, so I don't know, maybe Kyo's got a point. So let's see what happens if we try to calm Tessa and stand up for Kyo. Tessa, stop it. Look, I know you're upset, but getting mad at Kyo isn't going to help any of us now. Kenji's right. But you may have just destroyed any chance we had of ending this, Kyo, and when this is over. Good. I never found out what Rose was about to say because just then the vortex between the times released us into the future time window's laboratory. As the world of the now antique lab resolved into its existence, I found myself falling a short distance and landing on something soft and cushy. I had an instant to realize that it was a still unconscious bunny with her outsized bust cushioning my head. Right then, I was pelted with three more beautiful women and each of their considerable chests landed on my head in turn. Oof, oof. Kenji, are you alright? What about me? Your knee is in my back. That's the least you'll have to complain about when we get back, ditch. As soon as I report to Tenshi what you did, he'll have you bounced off this team so fast that you'll think, oh, good grief. At this point, the girls started to clamber off of me. This gave me a chance to take in a lungful of much-needed air as we get off of the unconscious bunny. Great, Ken just wound up as the filling in a massive boob sandwich. Like we needed any more proof that this was some kind of hentai manga. Tessa, knock it off. Looks like we've got another problem. It didn't take long to realize what Rose meant. As my grandfather had predicted, Mizuki and Neferu-Re had taken precautions in the event of another intrusion. The shield from our time, or one like it, had us trapped in the time window. Alright everyone, get Bunny back and get clear. I'm going to have to use the acid to melt our way through. We all did as instructed, getting clear of Rose as she removed the container of acid from the bag before setting to work. Ooh, what's going on with Neferu-Re? Oh yes, more. Neferu-Re continued to move down the hallways of the lab, panting heavily. Walking with one hand against the wall for stability, she watched as her already huge breasts continued to swell. Now then, Neferu-Re's body changed and shifted with each step she took, as she felt power growing within her more and more. No, as much as I wish to be able to surrender to the change, I must take steps to ensure that I can complete my ascension without risk of interference. The Egyptian princess strived to keep her mind clear as she made her way to the experimental lab. Here, one of my servants lies resting. Mizuki was still asleep, recovering from overusing the Quantum Guard's abilities. Just as Neferu-Re had known, just as Neferu-Re, sorry about the noise in the background, just as Neferu-Re had known would be the case when the ninja set down her chosen path. Neferu-Re made her way up to the sleeping Mizuki's side and took hold of her left arm, which was wearing her quantum guard. It's time to awaken, Mizuki. Your princess has need of your services. Neferu-Re smiled deviously as the 4D lens took on a reddish tinge prompted by her touch and manipulations. Good, yes. The Egyptian royally looked down on the slumbering Mizuki and paused to run her hands around the ninja's curvaceous body. Awaken, Mizuki. Instantly, Mizuki's eyes flew open, then shifted toward the princess. A moment passed before she sat up on the gurney to better look at Neferu-Re in the eye. Princess, how may I serve you? We have intruders, Mizuki. Tensei Shiro's followers are here to stop us. You will not let them do so. Your princess commands this. Nodding to this, Mizuki slid off the gurney. Of course, my princess. If they interfere with us, then they shall die. Excellent. Then proceed to the surface and guard the time window there. I suspect that 2 of our enemies will arrive there shortly. But first, you will need new power with which to fight them. Power that I shall now grant you. Don't fight it, Mizuki. Embrace it. That took a lot longer than I'd hoped. Nodding to this, I watched as a section of the plexiglass shield fell away, cut free by the rest of the acid Rose had used. As I and the others carefully followed Rose away from the time window, I frowned. So what do we do now? Without the bombs, we don't have any way of destroying either this time window or the one Bunny and Mizuki are supposed to have built. And maybe we shouldn't. Like, I know things haven't been going well, but maybe we can give talking to Bunny and Mizuki one more try, and where exactly were you hiding when they were passing out the brains, stupid? You tried talking to them several times over, and all that's gotten us is a beating. Tessa's right, Kyo. It's gone too far for that. Unfortunately, Kenji's also right. Without the bombs, we need another way of destroying the equipment in this time. Anybody have any ideas? Excuse me. Well, I might be able to do something with the time window. It's destroying power from, well, you know, I might be able to cause a power surge. Use it to fry its own systems and everything else. Problem is, that's gonna take time. Maybe we could find the magnetic bombs, the original ones, that is. The ones that Tessa planted and Neferu-Re removed. They probably destroyed them already, or dismantled them to use for spare parts. Still, we're supposed to be looking for any 4D lenses or anything else that Bunny and Mizuki might have here. I guess there's no harm in trying. Okay, look, we don't have time to waste. The first thing we have to do is make sure that the lab is completely secure. So I think we should split up. Split up? Obviously you never watched a horror movie in your entire life. And let me remind you that our quantum guards don't have assault modes, theirs do. And if you ask me, the first thing we should do is contact the lab in our time, let Tensei know what happened. And then we start looking. No, Tessa. We need to search for Mizuki and Neferu-Re. We can't afford to let them take us by surprise. So until we know where they are, we don't dare do anything that might attract their attention. And powering up the time window might do that. Also, we'll split up into pairs, Tessa. I don't want anybody alone. But at the same time, we need to find out where Mizuki and Neferu-Re are as fast as possible. Now, with any luck, Mizuki still hasn't recovered from her endocrine system being overloaded the last time we saw her. And with Bunny out of action, that just leaves Neferu-Re, and with our weapons boosted by our own quantum guards, we should be able to handle her when we find her. Tessa, you and I will take the elevator to the surface. According to the files we have, the third time window will be... Go away, desktop notifications for videos. Alright, let me start that again. According to the files we have, this third time window will be large. Too large to fit anywhere inside the lab complex. We'll find it, and assuming it's unguarded, destroy it by any means possible. Sounds good to me. Tenshi? Yes? You and Kyo tie up Bunny and make sure she isn't able to interfere when and if she wakes up. Once she's secure, search the lab complex for Mizuki and Neferu-Re. But don't fight them unless you absolutely have to. Alright? It was clear that Kyo wasn't happy about any of this, but I managed a simple nod. As I started heading towards Bunny to restrain her, Rose put a hand on my shoulder. Kenji, wait. What is it? I'm worried about Kyo. I know how she feels bad about what we're doing. And with what she did before, there's a chance she might do something else that's reckless. So please, keep an eye on her. Don't let her out of your sight for a moment. Okay, Rose, I'll watch out for her. Well, we're going to end this episode on yet another decision like we did on the last one. So try to convince Kyo to keep moving or hug Kyo and gently reassure her. We're going to find out what that decision is on the next episode. So if you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. And if you guys want to see more of Time Tenshi 2 right here on the arcade, well, you know the way to do it. You got to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on notifications so that way you never miss out on another video here on my channel. So with that being said, I'm your friendly neighborhood Wrestlegamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys!